plaintiff, Samantha Williams, married the defendant a few months after they met, and their relationship was extremely rocky. Samantha claims after the defendant returned from fighting in Iraq, things got worse and he became physically abusive. And she's suing him today for a tax refund, the cost of a car, and emotional distress. Defendant Joshua Arnold admits that he grabbed Samantha and held her down after he returned from Iraq, but he insists it was only because he had a flashback to his combat days. Joshua claims while he was fighting for his country, Samantha cheated on him and cleaned out their bank account, and he's countersuing for airfare and emotional distress.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you.
Okay. 2002, I met Mr. Arnold, and a few months later, we got married. We had a very, very rocky relationship. About 6 months after we got married, he went to Iraq. He came back. It was so emotional for him that he pushed me down on the floor and claimed it was from his...
Did you know he was going to Iraq when you married him?
It's the military. We both knew.
Did you know?
Yes, we both know.
And 2 months after meeting a man who's on his way to Iraq, you marry him.
I was 18. I was really young.
I've been 18. I wouldn't have done it.
Big mistake, Your Honor.
A lot of 18-year-olds wouldn't do that.
Big mistake.
Go ahead.
He pushed me down on the ground. He held me there, and
I'll let you respond. Go ahead.
he said that it was due to a flashback. I've left him several times. I was a stay-at-home mom. After we moved to Virginia from Georgia, we moved up to Virginia, and things were really rocky. We bought a house, and I was basically a stay-at-home mom. I didn't do anything. I stayed at home. I wasn't allowed to do anything. I had one friend in Virginia, and I really wasn't even allowed to hang out with her or go out with her, you know. And I was, at the time, I was about 21, 22. After basic training, he pushed me out of the car. I went out with one of my friends, that same friend I was telling about, Stephanie, and she brought me home, and he grabbed me out of the car, and because I wasn't home on time, because he gave me a curfew. It was about 11 or 12 o'clock was my curfew. And I had just gotten out of basic training. I was gone for 5.5 months, only in Army uniform. Before then, we got a legal separation February 18th of 2006. And about a week later, I went off to basic training for the 6 months.
When did you finally divorce?
December of 2006.
Because of all these issues?
Yes.
Sir, let me hear from you.
Back up to the, let me put my hands on her, Your Honor. First, we were outside, and she did hit me first. She pushed me and then walked off. I followed her into the house. I grabbed her and I put her on the ground. I didn't throw her on the ground. I didn't hit her. There was other friends standing there watching. I did dark hair, the skin tone. I didn't hit her. You know,
what did you
even
say?
after
Dark hair and skin tone. What are you saying?
From Iraq.
Oh, okay. You had a flashback based on her appearance. You think that contributed to
That was safe to stay there with you.
It just reaction.
What did you just say?
That was safe if I would have stayed there. I mean, imagine how many other flashbacks he's had.
Right.
He could have killed me.
Yes.
Go ahead.
You know, there was our other friends there standing and watching. When I realized it was her, I let go of her and I walked out. I left. We were in marriage counseling at the time. The next day.
You were obviously in combat.
Yes, sir. The next day, I called the marriage counselor and I told them what happened. I told my chain of command, and you know, went into family domestic violence classes. I did all that myself. I didn't hit her. The cops came, or the MPs came and asked her, and she said, no, nothing happened. It's over with.
Okay.
You know, moved on. You know, before that, you know, she cheated on me while I was in Iraq, emptied my bank account, wrecked the brand new car that I bought her.
No, I didn't.
Spent the insurance money.
How did you find all of that out?
She told me while I was in Iraq.
Me and you split up.
Man,
I moved
talk
back
to me. Talk to me.
Excuse me.
Did you tell him that?
No, we split up. It was about 2 months before he came back from Iraq, and he called me a tramp because I was going out with my friends. And so I left him. I got my own apartment in Kansas, where I'm from. And when he came back, he had some other girl in our room. I was on the phone with him, and he had said the reason he had sex with her is because he said I told him to.
All right, good enough. What else you want me to know before we get to the tax refund and the car that she's suing you about? Anything else?
Okay, well, she sent pictures of her, you know, dressed all up, going to the clubs while I'm in Iraq fighting. I was upset. Yeah, I called her names. When I came back to nothing. There was a pile of trash, broken pictures, ripped up. She had left a few times while we were in Virginia in our home. And, the final time she left, I took both our vehicles, traded them, got my own.
Ma'am, let's get to the tax refund and the cost of a car. How does he owe you for that?
Your Honor, the tax refund is because in our legal separation, he was supposed to give me the Jeep that he sold, and I said that I was going to let my sister come pick it up. He never let me take the keys. He never said, okay, have her come pick it up. He said, you're not taking it. I'm going to trade it in. And of course, he traded in. And the legal separation.
You have that?
Yes.
Sir?
Yes, Your Honor. With that, while she was in basic training, I had both vehicles. We were talking about getting back together, and we was going to go to Italy together. So I took my vehicle, which was a Dodge Ram that was under lease, and I gave it back to the dealership under the Soldier and Sailor Act. And the one vehicle that we did have was the Jeep. The Jeep is in both of our names. I'm on the loan. I was paying the insurance on it. She was making the payments while she was in basic. After basic, she did come home drunk at 3:30 in the morning. I asked her to be home at a reasonable time.
Sir, let's get back to the Jeep. Did you tell the judge all the things that you are telling me today?
What judge, Your Honor? For the divorce? No. It wasn't contested. It was simply done by the lawyer.
And you agreed to it?
Yes.
And you agreed to give her the Jeep?
And we had got back together after that was already printed up.
All right, but did she agree differently after that?
No, I needed a vehicle, so I had to purchase a vehicle.
So we got to go with what the order says. A tax refund.
That was for part of the marital debt. In the legal separation, he was supposed to pay off all the marital debt, and he failed to do any, which I paid off all the marital debt when I bought my house in April. I went to IRS, and one of the things that was on there was the STAR card, military credit card, and I didn't pay it, and the IRS ended up taking it out of my my income tax. So one year when I filed in 07, I didn't even get an income tax because they filed it, and I got the paperwork right here saying how much they took out.
I need the provision that says he's to pay for all the outstanding debt.
It's the page before the page before the last page you just looked at.
Sir,
he was supposed
I'm here
to,
from you.
The STAR card that she's talking about, that was paid off. I paid everything off except for a medical bill. And the medical bill was in her name. I paid half of it.
Ma'am, it's not on the page before. So I need you to find it and circle
Yes, sir.
it. Your counterclaim?
Yes, back in June, the court ordered her, or gave her visitation from June to August 21st. She took my daughter back on a Tuesday and called me on Saturday to come and pick her up because she didn't have a place for her to stay. She didn't have the money to put her in daycare. She didn't have anything for her. So I had to pay, Sunday I bought plane tickets to go out to Colorado Springs to pick her up and bring her back. I got the price of the tickets.
So you want to be paid for flying to pick up your daughter? That's what you're saying, essentially, right?
we were stationed over in Italy.
Husband will list the property for sale, and with any proceeds derived therefrom shall be used to pay any credit card marital debt created during the parties' marriage.
Yes, Your Honor, and they were paid. It was anything that I had that was in my name, they were paid.
That's not what the judge said to do. Sir, you've admitted to not doing what the judge ordered you to do on 2 occasions. Emotional distress, how does he owe you for that, ma'am?
Your Honor, he's been keeping my daughter away from me since 2006 when I joined the military. I don't even want to call anymore because every time I call, I have to talk to him. Is that the only reason,
having to do with the daughter and visitation and custody and all that?
As well as I found on his MySpace a picture of the people that he's allowing my daughter to be watched by. This is the friend, and this is her husband throwing up gang signs. I don't want my daughter being around them type of people.
People who do gang signs?
Who is that?
Okay. All right. Go back to the court that determined the custody and tell them that, and perhaps they'll alter the custody dispute.
Yes,
I'm not going to grant you emotional distress. This is nothing that's uncommon to divorce parties. Yes, sir.
We went back to court a couple weeks ago for her not paying child support. The judge ended up finding out that she had been lying about a lot of stuff and overturned her last order that she had gave.
Lying about, excuse me, Your Honor, what is he lying about?
You all not going to go back over your divorce in here
Roger.
and get mad and talk about who's doing what and who's not. I'm dealing with the financial issues pursuant to the divorce decree. That enforcement entitles her to $2,947. That's your judgment. With regard to you, sir, no, I'm not going to grant you a judgment for flying to get your daughter. Have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiff.
He's going to have an emotional outburst, so stay calm, everybody.
If you can lie and get away with it, you just got, the last judge found out you were lying about everything.
Lying about what?
Overturned her last order. It's all right.
I'm
We go
in the
back to court in
military.
April. We go back
I'm
to court
getting
in
out
April.
because I
and
want to be a mother.
It'll be handled then.
Okay.